Oh man, I feel bad for Endis Salon. He held back water once. That's hard to do. Hell, now he's being asked by his boss to hold back light. Like, how much do bosses need from their employees? Like, give this guy a break. Man, never mind. Now High Priestess is like, Anomander Rake, boss. You know, we followed you and we love you, and now you failed us. What do bosses have to do to make their employees happy? He's got a freaking sword stuck in his head. And she's like, managers are the worst. And now she's losing faith. It's actually pretty touching, but all right, so now Epsilar got out. She used the darkness to get out and mess her hands up. She doesn't have anywhere to go, and then she hears a hopeful voice. Mistress of Thieves, take the eye of the god. Absalara, steal the eye. Pluck your flower, I'm coming for you. What the heck? Jeez, all this battle going on, like Trots and Detorin and everyone's there. Talk is there, and his stupid Wiccan horse takes him to Hood, and he's like, well, you're my herald, Talk the Younger, and I have need of you. And he's like, ow, my eye that's not there. So he's having like eye phantom pain with the other one that isn't even there. Where is it? Oh, and I forgot. Hood has a message for Talk to take somewhere. All right. Well, Hood knows Cartographer, and the Trigald Trade Guild has made it into Dragnapur just cuz. Oh, and Gruntl's around, and they're like, "Well, you won't be needed here." Um, gee, what? Okay, Talk is being claimed by another god, and he looks like himself again. He's supposed to wander behind the Trigald Trade Guild for the time being. The blood is needed. The blood is needed. I don't know what that means. All right, I'm just riding the wave still. We have um, Draconis. Everything's going bad, and he's about to go and just stand alongside the others who are chained there, and there's chains just going all over the place. And Hood stands in his way. It's like, nope, not yet. Then Rake shows up. There's this note that it's about forgiveness here. Who asks my forgiveness? Draconis answers, and he's thinking, well, if it's Rake, he has no reason to do that of me. I should be asking forgiveness of him. This was Mother Dark I snared here, your mother. He turns around and sees Rake, and turns around to face the wagon and to witness. Oh, I like that. So Hood just released the Segula second. He's like, hey, you've done your stuff. Now you can go find Skinner. And he's like, heck yeah. Jumps out of Dragnapur, takes Cutter's lance, and geez. I almost forgot that all of this mess was happening outside of Dragnapur. Okay, it's just getting overload with all the stuff that's showing up. Like, Karsa's daughters have shown up. This Segula second is kicking butt with Karsa. Holy smokes. Barathol has shown up. Who else shown up? Like, this bear god jumped in, got, holy smokes. Lady Envy and Spider trying to get to the sword. Those are two that I do not want to get to that sword. Like, this is, I figured early on, I was like, what's going to happen with this sword if Anomander Rake dies? Wow. Wow. Okay. Okay, Tula's grabbed some Hounds of Shadow and dropped them, but Iskaral Pust and the Bokarala are all fighting in this mess, not even realizing that Kruppa had slipped out of there. Anyway, I just thought that's funny, and I'm just at the start of this scene anyway. this this is the funniest freaking thing. Iskarl Pus, after he's like telling him to stop and he's got spider bites and she sticks her tongue out, Megora, and it's funny, like she's eventually says like, let's have babies, let's have hundreds of babies. And he runs for his life and he's thrashing away on the mule who's barely doing anything, and it's just going at a leisurely saunter. Megora is easily keeping pace. That's like the funniest thing. Oh wow. Okay, Picker is a torque-bearer again, and Talk just told her to find the Toblakai, find the killer, and remind him. Remind him. Do you understand me? Then Torque-bearer lead him to war. Whoa. And drink this blood. Ugh. Okay, two things. We had Ketaspala, who's made this god, uh, whatever, right? Did I make my point on that? And poor Black Coral. Now that they've lost Rake, it's just the Kellic just runs everywhere, and they just feel hopeless. All right, we get Spindle and Monkrat, and Monkrat has felt redeemed because he's finally kind of done something that he feels is right, and he doesn't want to go down, and he certainly doesn't want to go down with Spindle and bring this guy up and show these children what they could do to him to get vengeance. They don't want to do that. Or he doesn't want to do that. He just wants to do what's right. Now they have this little. I can see the beauty in this scene, in what they're saying. Yeah, just no advice, no wisdom, no sympathy, none of that crap. Just a kick in the balls to get on with doing what's right. What's right. Something that a real priest should do. You can see that. Type of underlying kind of thought process behind Steven Erikson and some of this. Anyway, that's going to be interesting to kind of see exactly where he goes on that, because it seems like, it's very interesting that this guy feels redeemed, but he kind of did it for himself. So it's definitely a take on what really is like a meaning of redemption. And anyway, not going to be for this video, but it's something interesting to think about, and you can definitely see the beauty in the scene, even though there are like other nuanced ways that we could look at exactly what he's saying here. Wow. Clip gets to the Temple of Darkness, and it's this High Priestess and Endis there. And he is just infuriated that Rake isn't around. So, okay. So, Endis is fighting off this assault on him. Because he has been given this task from Anomander Rake, he feels like he just must not fail. He's given strength from that. And then we get to Aranatha and Namander's hand, holding Namander's hand, and he is not so sure it's her. Was this even Aranatha? He's not here to defend me. What has happened? The small hand will guide me. She is not Aranatha. So, Namander, I have you. We stand in the dust of what's done. So, is this Mother Dark then? Like it. Oh. Oh, geez. Like, this is blowing my mind. I just can't believe what we're reading. Seerdom in, continuing to get his butt kicked, thinking he's laughing, but it's actually her laughing. Thinking about his friend Spinnick. Oh man, she is a piece of work right now under this Kellic. And Salan just keeps holding it back, holding the enemy back. Another moment, and then yet another moment, just as much as he can. Then in Dragnapur, Anomander Rake is standing there as everyone watches, and this pattern that has been put on the this tattooed pattern, right? Lifts off and surrounds Anomander Rake like a web of gossamer. He slowly raised his arms, like, oh, what the heck's gonna happen here? Just surprised. I'm just shocked by, like, how the last few chapters have just been pedal to the metal. Wow. The child god killed Kataspala. And we get Ditch knows for sure that Anomander Rake did this for others. And so that is also why this child god followed that example. There are things that this brings to mind from other parts in this series, and Rake's relationship with Mother Dark and how people view that. And yeah, I just want to continue. All right. I'm not gonna lie. I have no idea what this child god and the eye, like, I have no idea what that is. I mean, I feel the weight of what Anomander Rake is doing. I still don't really understand how this is something for everyone else and for Mother Dark, but you can feel the weight of what it is. But I don't understand, like, the nuts and bolts of all this. Hopefully soon, and I'm sure I'll look up some videos and things if it isn't more explained here. But Draconis now is like, Mother Dark, do you see what he has done? Open your eyes. Face your children. I believe your son insists. Not for himself. See, and know what he has done. Okay, well, I guess at the very end there, like, you can see that it's the gate. The darkness is grasping hold of the gate itself, and it's coming out of Dragnapur. And then it just fills the Temple of Shadow. I might have to read that little tiny section again. All right, a little bit of that pattern goes and pokes Solana, and it's go time. Okay. Namander and Aranatha come out, and yes, she recognizes the gate and says, "Oh, my dearest son." So this is Mother Dark. Holy mackerel. Oh man, Mother Dark's awesome. Oh, my son, I accept. Holy smokes, they've been waiting a long time to hear that, Mom. Oh, that almost makes me well up. That the first person that gets to go to Mother Dark is Endist. Just like Anomander Rake would have it. Oh man, that's some awesome stuff. He did this for everyone, not just for them, but for the mother as well. The water between us and Salan is clear. The water is clear. That is freaking awesome. Wow. Man, the Tistandi, man. They have been waiting. Now when they die, they won't just be a corpse they just won't be cast to oblivion, right? They'll have somebody to catch them or whatever, however that works. Sorry, I just have to also add, like, the gate no longer wanders in Dragnapur there. The gate is there. And Endist was such a major part of it. I'm still just blown away. I'm so happy for Endist of all people. I just it feels so much like Memories of Ice and how everyone just went to pay their respects to Kovian and they just want to be with him. And this has just been is just everything for the Tistandi, what Anomander Rake has just done. It's just awesome. Against this, the dying god had no defense. The dying god came to believe that he had not marched to the Redeemer, but that the Redeemer had summoned him. Oh man, just Ikovian's the best, isn't he? Just brings Saland back. I'm so glad he's back. Seer Domin got his butt kicked though, right? He's dead, right? Super dead. The water is clear between them. Now we are getting these resolutions. Mother, we need to get we still need Stani. We still need Stani and Harlow somewhere here before the end of this book, for sure. Okay, well, the chaos is taken care of in Dragnapur, and so they don't have to pull the wagon, but they're all chained there still. But it sounds like there's one more person involved with this deal, which I assume is supposed to go in there and break the chains. I don't know if that means, I have no idea. But very, very cool, very cool. Well, I guess it's Brood. Brood has a hammer. He could destroy the sword. Would that just let everyone out now? But before that, you have to take care of your friend. You have to bury him. And there are going to be a lot of people wandering over to that barrel. Okay, well, everyone is paying their respects to Anomander Rake, except for Calor, who's alone in a tavern, I guess. I love that. At the end it gives his little nod here. I don't know what I think about what I want for Calor now. Things have definitely changed. Big time. Big time. I don't want him to turn into a nightmare again and do Calorish stuff. I kind of love this little moment with Karsa and his two daughters. Even though, like, the circumstance around it is awful. But he is hopefully going to step up once he finally finds something that he can, where he can say, man, Stani's going to be here somewhere. Also, we have Picker showing up to give the message that he is needed in order to kill a god. Don't leave Darujistan yet. Oh man. The Kaladin Brood, I kind of like that they don't treat his body and stuff. They just do it the way that the Andi do it. Not with all these treasures and things, and just how he is. With a single Barghast glyph on the stone, which says grief. I mean, it's a little bit on the nose, but I guess. Oh, that sneaky Shadow Throne, trying to get Dragnapur through Iskar all pussed. Didn't expect that. I thought he was just doing his own thing, going for it, but and now Iskarl is, yeah. Good thing Kruppa showed up. Smart Kruppa. Uh, what was I gonna say? Uh, and he's also looking now. Iskarl's in looking at the scrolls and stuff, trying to find this provision to see if he can, or writing a new provision to see if he can have another wife. It's funny stuff. I love Kruppa. He was a standout in this book. All right, I like this ending with Bellum and Torvald and Rallick. Really like the noms as well. Uh, uh, just great. And also, Spite is going back to Seven Cities, and it sounds like Cutter's going to catch a ride. Okay. Spite thought that Berthol had left. She was going to have to tell Char. I am so glad that Solara finally lands someone. And Berthol's just the best. Freaking love that guy. Her, Berthol, and Char. That is awesome. I love that. I love that. That's one of my favorite things of this book. Oh, another great little couple things as everyone's just, it's more resolution for some of these people. I love that this guard who Hood kind of just gives a second chance goes home, and his wife and his kids are so happy to see him. Um, this lady with her new blessed widowhood, we won't talk about that. Picker and Bland, Samar just watching Iskarl blotting out, trying to dry the ink. And then Torvald and Torvald and Rallick get there, and Tessera just kind of smiles and says, "Breakfast." I love that we end with Stani and Harlow, and she reaches. She met her son's eyes in a way that she had never permitted herself to do. Her Harlow's cousins are so excited about that, and the very last line is, "See, Bainisk, this is my mother." That's like the sweetest thing. Well, now we have the epilogue. I guess we'll just cram that into here too. That is the sweetest ending of any of these books so far. I mean, greatest subbook 4, but also the very last scene is just the best. Just the best. Like S tier, just the best. Oh, I called it. I called it with Namander being the next guy. Um, and I love that they choose someone like this. Uh, it makes sense and it doesn't make sense. Spinnick is still around. I am super happy about that. Corlat is still around. Clip is still arrogant. Solana, uh, Solana is not there anymore, which is too bad. But there was something else that I found. Yeah, he just very cool. Also, this little note that Anomander Rake would stand facing the sea, but this guy will stand facing the other way, which it doesn't mean anything, but it does as well. It doesn't have to be exactly like Anomander Rake to be a great leader. Okay, Brood just broke the sword with no, not Brood, and Barrack is there, and Vorkin, and whoever else, this other person, this original Cabal, and yeah, wow. And now Fisher and Envy having this little tea or whatever, and she says that her father is back, which I am all ready for Draconis time. And I didn't express that part where he sees Rake do this, and he's like, I wish I knew the guy, when he's talking to Whiskey Jack, a mortal who knew him way less, obviously, in a lot of ways, probably. No, unless I'm just seeing too into that, but um, yeah, he's really seeing Anomander Rake in this moment, and I hope he's been affected by it. Uh, I hope he's been affected by it. It sure seems like he has. All right, Very last scene is Kruppa actually dancing, and I didn't expect him to actually do that. He's a sweating mess a little bit in front of Fisher Keltath, which I didn't. I can't remember if I remember if that was him. Um, and Cruel, who Cruel is just weeping. He's wow. I'm going to read the prologue again. Uh, eventually, maybe tonight or sometime. That was amazing. That was amazing. I really, really loved that. I did love Reaper's Gale. I loved the ride of Reaper's Gale, but as far as a complete novel and what we get at the end of it, that one was incredible. So uh, I think I have the worst recency bias of anyone. And I've said that basically about every book that it's been my favorite, except for maybe a couple. Uh, but this one, I didn't find it slow. There are things that I didn't love. Like there are things about the dying god that I was like, kind of anticlimactic in some ways, even though I loved all the weirdness around him. There were some things that I didn't quite love, but all in all, like that was fantastic. Wish it could have been maybe a little shorter. It got a little much, but just awesome. And at the very least, I think I'm gonna crack open Dust of Dreams and see the dramatis personae and some of maybe what to expect through that. But I don't know if I'm going to go straight into it. But I know I'm not going to be able uh, to stop myself from going into the prologue. And yeah. Oh, and I should say this in the epigraph, the epilogue, Cutter says close enough. So that means that must be close enough to Apsalar. That just came to me. So, oh man, it just had the best ending. Best, best, best. So we'll see where this goes. I don't know. I know I always say that I'm going to have a break um, between the next one because there are other books that I do want to read. But um, yeah, I might let the dust settle, but the dust might settle real quick. So we'll see. We'll see. And thanks for watching, you guys. This was awesome. This was the one that left me. This was definitely the most complete ending for me. Um, with how heavy it was for most of it, and then it's just so great. So many beautiful moments here at the very, very end, and I love that it ends with, the official end is with Stani and Harlow, which I think is the best. That whole, Capistan was my other favorite moment. Not because of what happens to her, obviously, but she was a major part of that change with what happened with Gruntle, and I'm glad that she can look at her son and her sweet boy. Lots of things that I really loved about this. Lots of new favorite characters, more than any other book. Um, like Solara was just like, to me before this. Like I did like her, but and Barathol and Cutter was kind of on the cusp of the top 15 or so, but he's way up there now. A lot of new favorite characters here. And Troll can shove it.